Hey, Manny here from Epic Hot Tubs. Today's question of the day was actually a really cool one that I got was, what's better, a swim spa or a swimming pool? Well, being that I've been in the business for almost 30 years and I've had both experiences, swimming pools and hot tubs and swim spas, I can answer them pretty comfortably for you guys. Swimming pools, the best thing about them, they're yours. They're permanent. They're in the ground or above ground, depending on what your budget is. The bad thing, and not really a bad thing, is that you have a lot of maintenance to it. So whether you're paying someone to do it or you're doing it yourself, there's always chemicals involved, a lot of them in certain instances, depending on where you live. Pumps, filters, motors, things that have to be constantly maintained because they are on the outside in the environment. So things to think about, contractors, permits. Those are big things you got to think about when you're doing a swimming pool. And then price. Is it in your budget? Do you have the funds to put in that 20 by 40 swimming pool that your kids are bugging you about, versus, will you take an example, a swim spa? Best thing about them, they're cheaper. So obviously we just cut the cost almost to like a quarter or less, as far as depending on the size that you get. Faster, depending on which manufacturer we deal with, you can get them in as little as 2 weeks. If it's something more custom made, like we do have quite a few, it might take a few months, but it's still in your backyard in a reasonable amount of time. Easier. They're way easier to maintain because they're treated like a hot tub. They use ounces as opposed to pounds of chemicals. So your equipment is built on the inside of the cabinetry, so that it's safe, it's clean, it's dry. So you're not worrying about exposure to the environment, and then just your basic routine chemical maintenance. Year-round use. You can use this thing 365 days a year because you have temperature control. You can get it up to 104 if you want it super hot, or you can turn it all the way down to where it's just comfortable during the summertime. But use it every day. That's what you paid for. Vacation. If you're a person like I am, where it's staycation time, I'm going to use something to my advantage. So I'm going to build my backyard to conform to my hot tub, swim spa, or swimming pool. But for a swimming area, you can get them from a small size to a large size. So you can go from 12 feet to 19 feet in a heartbeat, and everything in between. The last thing, it's just good old-fashioned relaxation. So whether you're using it for exercise, I just want to hang out with the family, sit in the chair, turn the jets on, things like that, you have that option. In a swimming pool, you have to make a custom area for just a jacuzzi, and you're only going to get 5 or 6 jets if you're lucky. To make that a jacuzzi, quote unquote, where this one, you just touch the panel, you give yourself the specific area you want to hit, and those jets will turn on. Water features are included, LED lights, it's all part of the package. So it's in a nice, clean little box. But for me, when it comes to it, this is considered a mobile appliance. So 2 things. You don't really need permitting other than the concrete that needs to be down under this thing, or the reinforced pad. Whether it's commercial grade pavers, concrete, something that just can hold the weight of this thing when it's full of water. You need an electrician, so 220, just like your swimming pool, nothing out of the ordinary. The best thing about it is it's not requiring a separate area for your filter, your pump, your controllers, your salt system. You don't need that. It's all built into this thing, and it's all controlled by one thing. So swimming pools, awesome. A lot more maintenance, a lot more headache when it comes to the construction. It's kind of like remodeling a house. It's one thing. It might, they promise one thing. It might take a lot longer. It might take even longer than that, depending on your city where you live in and how fast they are to grant those permits to you. Here, it's just, we order it, we get what you want, get it in your backyard, get it wired up, get full of water, good to go. But if you have a question, a little more detail that you want to ask, feel free to call into the office. There is always someone here to answer those questions. 919-444-8500. Visit our website at epichottubs.com, or visit one of our 2 locations in Raleigh and in Durham. But until next time, thanks for that question out there. I look forward to answering the next one. Have a great day.